See with me, I've got the CEO of Boxnation, Mr. George One. How are you, George?
Very well, and you?
All good, very, very good. Firstly, obviously Tyson Fury wasn't able to turn up today. Can you just let the fans know why that was?
Unfortunately, what we've been told by Mick, obviously his promoter, the promoter of the event, is that he got stuck in traffic and then unfortunately suffered a breakdown. That's all I know. Obviously very disappointed from the channel's perspective. This was a big announcement for us on the back of the box office deal that we've done, and it's disappointing for us. I'm sure more disappointing than us is Vladimir, who's made his trip over from Germany. But we've got to take them at their word, and we're just disappointed like everyone. That's what it is.
Also, I think, as you said, the question on everyone's lips today was when they saw Boxnation box office today. I know something yourself and obviously Frank have spoken about, about getting that box office button. You're going to be now available to 12 million Sky customers. How important is this for the channels, for a growing channel like Boxnation, to get the box office button?
It's huge. This is, for me, the biggest development we've had in our 5 years. It's something I've been pushing for probably about 18 months. I'm striving to get, and obviously I'm delighted that we've now done it. I'm delighted we've reached an agreement with Sky, and I'm delighted that Sky customers will be able to now have the choice on how they wish to watch the content. That's always been my belief in the channel. My belief is that you can't force people, whatever you're giving them in terms of the content, you can't force them and telling them how to buy your content. They will want to choose, and that ultimate choice is how you expand your business. And for us, this is a huge deal. It's a huge opportunity for us. It's a great fight to have it on. The best part for me is obviously our loyal customers, the guys that have been with us and want to subscribe monthly, the hardcore boxing audience, and the ones that can't go a week without their boxing fix, they can still subscribe, and they won't be charged additionally for the pay-per-view. However, your casual audience, the ones that I suppose come in just for the big fights, they don't have to go through that process now of registering and entering payment details and housing details of where they live, etc., before buying fights, so they can do it instantaneously, just as they would have for the Triple G versus Brook fight on the weekend.
It's actually great you say that, because obviously, Boxnation, in all fairness, it was launched in tough economic times, as I think Frank's even said, and it's done well to sustain itself, put on big fights like CHISORA, obviously Fury CHISORA, so on and so forth. So obviously for the boxing fans in general, this is a great coup for Boxnation. It's going to be seen, not even, you're trying to stretch over to the casuals now a bit more, aren't you, with this box office button?
Absolutely. It's for me, it's not just good for boxing fans, not just good for us, it's good for fighters. It's good for other promoters, ones that we work with, ones that we're not working with, that perhaps now think that they could work with us, because the one thing we all know is that in business, if there is competition, it means that the money to get things going goes up. The more interest there is, and the more reach you've got, the more opportunity you've got to make these big fights. And that's really the way that we're going to grow this channel into what I believe it can be. Boxing's in our blood. I've grown up around it. I love it. I look at it very differently, I suppose, to other people. I tend to stay in the background and get on with the business side of things, because that's what I suppose I think myself being good at. And this is just a natural step for us. It was always something that I've been determined to get, and I'm delighted to get it, and what an event to have it on.
Sounds great. And also, in terms of, obviously Eddie Hearn and Matchroom have the Sky Sports Fight Night. They've had obviously the Sky Sports Box Office. You're now launching onto that. As you say, obviously competition is great, because as you're competing, it helps the fighters grow, the channel grows, so on and so forth. How do you think at the moment? Obviously, Boxnation is coming on to 5 years now, isn't it? I believe, as the channel. So how do you believe you guys the channel has gone up until now, and how are you looking to grow it even further as the business becomes more successful?
Just to clarify, this isn't a deal with Sky Sports. It's obviously complicated to understand at times, but this is a direct deal between Boxnation and Sky. And what it simply means is that our pay-per-view channel is available to Sky's 12 million customers via their remote control. It's a pay-per-view channel that we own on channel 490, and Sky customers will, for this event, the 2-week period beforehand, be able to purchase that event just as they would any Sky Sports box office event. In terms of where do I see us going and continuing our growth, it's bigger events more often, and improving content and improving that accessibility and that customer reach, and this is the big first step of the year for us.
Sounds great, George. And I thank you so much for talking to PSP Sports, and I wish you all the best of the fight, and hopefully Boxnation carries on doing well.